Well, actually, we have some men in the audience who came over on small boats and are former asylum seekers. Tell us which country did you try to claim asylum in?
My first interview was in Turkey, and the second one in Macedonia, in Serbia, in Romania, Austria, and recently in Germany, but that ain't in here.
So you applied for asylum in all those countries, and they all turned you down?
These countries just reject me, and they didn't accept me.
Good old BBC once again. They tried to challenge Zia Yusuf about if Nigel Farage gets elected for the next Prime Minister. They asked Zia, would it be okay deporting the illegal migrants that the BBC have obviously invited onto their show? And they're from Afghanistan, who had also been coached by the Open Border charities. Staged propaganda. Ant Middleton was even furious and said, Chris, it's the BBC. At this stage, are you at all surprised? And let's be honest, no. Guys, let's jump straight into the clip. If you could leave a like and subscribe, let's get straight into it.
Well, actually, we have some men in the audience who came over on small boats and are former asylum seekers. So since you mentioned that, let's hear from one of them. So, Ashraf, where are you sitting? Ashraf, there you are. Can you just... So you came over from Afghanistan on a small boat in the last 4 or 5 years, I think.
Yes, I come from Afghanistan.
So was the UK where you wanted to claim asylum? And did you try and claim asylum in other countries on the way?
I applied for asylum. I was a refugee, and I passed many interview in different countries.
So tell us which country did you try to claim asylum in?
My first interview was in Turkey, and the second one in Macedonia, in Serbia, in Romania, Austria, and recently in Germany, but that ain't in here.
So that's 6 countries: Macedonia, Serbia, Romania. So that's like 6 countries. I can't remember off the top of my head, even though it's 1 minute ago. 6 countries that he applied for, and let me guess, all rejected. So, of course, last resort is England. Now, you entered on a small boat, illegally. However, well done. Welcome to England. Your benefits, you've achieved the next level. Well done. Now you have everything given to you. Unfortunately, you crossed on a boat illegally. And why are 6 other countries rejecting this application? Why? That's the main question. Why are they rejecting it? And England is just allowing these sort of people in. Obviously, there's a reason for 6 countries to be rejecting your application. Why? There has to be a reason.
You applied for asylum in all those countries, and they all turned you down?
These countries just reject me, and they didn't
There we go.
accept me.
Why?
So what do you say to the woman here who says, why is it the men that are coming, and what about their families? Why did you come on your own, and what about the fact that so many men are coming?
Everybody knows my country is not safe for us. We have a war, about 15 years we are living in a war. Because of that, just we come here, and I just want to leave, and because of that I come here.
So Zia, when you hear a story like that, for example, do you think that someone like Ashraf, despite the fact he's fleeing a war, and there are many wars around the country, in fact, can't take everybody, they shouldn't be able to come?
Yeah, well, I don't know enough about that particular individual story, so
No,
I'll
sure,
comment
I
more
get that.
broadly.
But in terms of the principle
I think
of it.
in terms of broad strokes, let me be clear. If you're entering a war zone, it's generally men first. If you're fleeing a war zone, it's generally women and children first. And the vast majority of the people coming to this country via the English Channel illegally are men. That is a statistical fact. And when people talk about language, I don't know what language people are objecting to. I'm dealing with statistics, I'm dealing with data, and I think that's a sensible way to formulate policy. And I think we should use language clearly. I think we should use language accurately and fearlessly.
Okay, but just to be specific, Zia, because the reform policies deport all illegal immigrants in the UK within 5 years.
That's why it should be. I don't get why the BBC are pushing it, that it's a bad narrative. Reform are deporting all illegal migrants that have entered in the last 5 years, and so it should, because when are you going to put it into place? Oh, if we get elected in 2029, we'll start it from there. Well, how many more people are going to come over from now till 2029? It's been happening for 10, 15 years, so surely you like this, do you? I'm guessing in your area that you don't live anywhere near this, you don't have any HMOs, you don't have any hotels near you. I'm guessing you support all these illegal migrants, no?
So that would be I mean, these are real people. That would be someone like you. And that's what you're saying, right? Okay.
If you are
Just
in
to be
this
clear.
country illegally, let me be crystal clear. If Nigel Farage is our next Prime Minister, and that's obviously what we're working to deliver, if you're in this country illegally, you will be deported back to the country from which you came. Over 170,000 people have arrived in this country illegally since 2018. Most of that work was done by the Tories, sadly, and that is more people than arrived on the beaches of Normandy on D-Day. I have used the word invasion before, and people might object to that term, but the dictionary definition of an invasion is an unwanted incursion into a space of land. And I don't know what to describe it. 170,000 people arriving. By the way, what are the countries from which they are coming? They're coming from Syria, they're coming from Afghanistan, they're coming from Iraq, they are coming from Iran. Not countries that have a track record of having Britain's interests at heart.
Okay, all right.
The British state exists to serve the British people.
Of course she cuts him off because she's trying to push this thing over to Zia that she supports them. Like I said, does she live in an area where they have any illegal migrants there? Do they have any HMOs? Do they have any hotels? No, this is the problem. Just like the people in the street saying, all people welcome. But would you have them in your house? Or, yeah, would you house them? No. Oh, so what do you expect then? Other people to house them? Crazy. Just take a look at another one. There's another one. Let's watch this.
Man in the white shirt. Now, I know you came over on a small boat. Am I right about that?
Yeah.
What's your response to what you're hearing? Because obviously everyone is talking about people like you.
Well, let me say something first. I just want to clear that leaving the convention doesn't just affect the migrants. It would give ordinary people one less court, less court to protect their rights. Even
Reading off a phone, by the way.
Weekend checks.
Literally, prime example. Cannot speak English and reading off a phone. Literally reading off a phone like this. Reading off a phone. I don't get why the BBC are even pushing this because it's an absolute joke. It's gotten way out of hand. How can you be supporting this when you're not even supporting your own British people first? It's absolutely crazy. Take a look at this other clip of a woman literally breaking down because what has happened where she lives. Literally in tears, petrified. Watch this. It's crazy.
The borough right next to Hillingdon.
Yep.
Oh, I live in the borough right next to Hillingdon.
Yep.
And I moved into my house in 2019. My local shop, there's been 3 stabbings, 1 murder since then.
Wow.
My friend was murdered last year up on the high street. Girl I know was murdered in Southall Park. The government are failing us. I'm so scared for my children. I have a 22-year-old son, and I'm begging him to move out of the country.
Oh my goodness, I feel for you.
Literally breaking down.
What are these politicians doing to us? They're putting our children in so much danger. They're putting everyone in danger, and they're not doing nothing to help us.
And that's the thing. A lot of us feel that you know how many is too many.
Exactly. And you have this woman on live TV or on a call breaking down. And it is what a lot of people think in the UK. How many is too many? Exactly correct. Because how many of these things, these attacks, these knife stabbings, these men starting to bother girls on the streets, these men taking pictures of kids on the street, how much is this starting to happen and keep reoccurring? Because where I live, this also happens. Men, illegal migrants, taking pictures of young kids playing outside. Of course, parents will be frightened stiff for kids to go outside. It's normal. It's disgusting. How many is too many? And when is it going to stop? Because it's starting to feel the norm, which is absolutely a bizarre thing to say.
They're pushing us to do something that we don't want to do. We are peaceful people. British people never revolt against their government.
Yeah.
They're going to push us to it because they're not listening to us. Our friends, our family are dying. I had a cousin murdered 20 years ago who was stabbed to death, and nothing has changed, Julia.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I'm sure I speak for everyone listening and watching right now. My heart goes out to you, and that's the reality.
I don't leave the house without a man.
You're that worried.
Well, everyone I know is getting stabbed. They're getting raped in parks. This is where I live, not where the politicians live.
Do you think that's part of the issue, that they don't live in the real world?
No.
Keir Starmer, if you're listening to this, please do something.
He won't do nothing.
I'm petrified. I've never broken the law in my life. I've been a law-abiding citizen. I've been a civil servant. Please do something. It's us that are dying on the streets. You talk about being racist. We're not racist. My sister's mixed race. I was a white child brought up in a mixed race family. Nothing to do with race.
Exactly.
It's to do with our safety.
Sarah, I mean, 100%. We agree with you every single word, and I'm so sorry. I'm sending you a big hug over the ether, and I'm sure everyone.
This is the problem, isn't it? Like I said, it's starting to become the norm, and the politicians don't live around this. They have no idea. Do you think they go home and they see HMOs on their street, or they go home and they've got a hotel within 1 mile radius or even 500-meter radius with full of illegal migrants? No. Are you absolutely stupid if you think that? They have no idea what we have to deal with. The normal working class people or lower class standard people, council estates people, these is what we have to live with. This is what we have to deal with every single day now. Men taking pictures of kids at your park. Not normal, is it? Absolutely disgusting. People stabbing people. Absolutely bonkers. Like living in a video game. But once and for all, Keir Starmer, a lady was begging for you. Not just this lady. Millions of other Brits are begging you to listen. But he keeps going on about we're doing good in the G70 or the G80. We're doing good. We've got record-breaking migrants numbers down. We've got the hotels numbers down. He does not give a shit about us. If he did, he would resign. And he would have resigned a long time ago. But he'll keep his in denial, massive ego, personality inside his job for as long as he can, keep cashing his paycheck in, because it's a privilege to be the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. So out of touch with the people. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and have a great day.